is up the world? It is your friendly neighborhood Slipgator here. I like that. It's really funny. Anyway, so you can't bone meal dye trees or the rainbow trees anymore, so this became a thing. But it was a short-lived thing. I had a couple planted up on top of here. I cleared this off and I planted these. But you know what? We don't need these anymore because of Alish. And I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's Alish. A subscriber comment that I was like, no, that can't be a thing. And it is a thing, and it's become our new power source, and it's super cheaty. Milk power. Cow power. We have a cow-powered base now. So, yeah, I didn't know what the biofuel generator would burn. I mean, I knew it burned saplings, and I knew it burned dyes, but I just didn't know all of the things that it would burn. And one of the things that you can use as fuel in this is milk. Now, it doesn't generate a ridiculous amount of power, but 4 of these, I mean, really it looks like only 2 are necessary. These guys are almost pinned all the time. And so this guy's flatlined out, but I'm over generating power. And I hear off of one of these ranchers, for the milk provided, you could, Alesh was saying you could do like 12 of the biofuel generators off 1 cow. So we're going to play around a little bit more. But yeah, so what you do in order to do this is you need a jailer's safari net. And what a jailer's safari net does is it makes it so that the mob that you capture will never despawn. And you can use a name tag as well. That would work too. But yeah, so I don't think you actually need that for the cow. I don't know if the rancher will work without the jailer's name tag, and I don't know why you would use it on a cow. If you wanted to do this with ink sacs, say for instance, you would want to use it on a squid, or if you wanted to do it with some sort of mob that despawns, you would want to do that. I just use the jailers. I don't know why. I just did. I don't think you need it for the cows though. And then you use this block called the rancher, and a rancher will work on like a bunch of different mobs. So if you put chickens in, I think it will collect items, the eggs. If you put in sheep, it'll shear them and give you the wool. But if you put in cows, it gives you milk. Now it is powered. So down under inside of here, you can see I have power going over to it. But it creates an overabundance. So like the power that's used from the rancher to pull the milk out of the cow is nowhere near what is needed or what is generated by the biofuel generators. So yeah, I think I skipped a bit. I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a great day. So it's Friday, and we are almost at 50,000 subscribers. So that's going to happen probably tomorrow or Sunday, I think. And so, yeah, I'm going to be doing some sort of, I don't know what I was going to do. I may do a Q&A. I don't know what I should do. I did a Q&A at 20,000, but it's been a long time. I mean, it's, half again plus 50% more subscribers now. So I may do a Q&A. If you have ideas for a special, leave them in the down there. If you have questions for a Q&A, leave them in the down there and let me know what they are. But yeah, so milk power. Let's head over to the Moosh Quarry so you can see what's going on over there too, because I've switched that over to our amazing cow power, which is like the best thing ever. So as you can see here, we are creating an abundance of power. I just switched it over. And I had the dye situation over here as well, and I had, for some reason, there was a problem with it, wasn't working or something, but so I turned it off, and then while I was doing that, this cell drained. And so now with these 4 generators, these 4 biofuel generators, we are creating an overabundance of power, but it looks like just barely. So I think we might need to give this, well, no, it should be fine. As long as it's creating an abundance, we should be good to go. And everything's hooked up, and we can see if we head over here, I think the quarry is going to, the graphics of the quarry are going to, they're going to glitch out here in a second. It's going to disappear. If you move far away or a certain distance away from the quarry, that block actually like disappears. But we should be able to see the actual reaction of the quarry coming here. And as you can see, it's going fine. I can't even run this fast, man. Come back, quarry. So the 256 by 256 quarry is down a little bit. Where are we right here? Y45, and it's, I think, 72 at the top, 73. So it's down almost 30 blocks, 28 blocks. So it's going good. And I think that after we do this quarry, we won't have any use for resources for a minute. It'll be a minute before we need any more resources. But isn't this just kind of epic looking? Like, it's like epic destruction. Somebody left in the comments, they're like, the Quarry Plus, also known as the World Destroyer, which it just does. It has this epic kind of, I don't know, like, it is destroying this part of the world. We are getting resources. That is what is happening right now. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We got I can't even believe it. We have cow power. And it's super simple. Like, I don't know, it's so cheaty. So I think I might, I just was using fences. I could probably church this up a little bit and use a better block there and move it around. Like, I just had hooked it up while I was, I'd still had the other power source hooked up. But yeah, so cow power is a thing. I'm kind of blown away. And honestly, I may use this as power gen for quite a while. I mean, I don't see a reason to not. Like, it's pretty straightforward. You can hide a cow really easily. It means it needs a 3 by 4 by 2 is the space you need for the cow and the rancher. And then you just pipe in your milk to your biogenerators and you're done. That's it. You got milk power forever. I can't believe it's almost as good as meat from last season, but not quite as good as meat. I mean, it's meat, but yeah. So I thought today what we would do to make a little bit of, we should make a little bit of headway over here in the new 1.8. Now, a couple of things that we want to do is we have to set up the levels. So each one of these is going to have a level. Now, one of the things I did when I first started creating this was I used all slabs for the floor. And I did that with the 1.8 too, and it was a big mistake. Certain items, for instance, I think Magnum Torch is one. There's a bunch of them that actually in Feed the Beast won't place on a slab. So just because it's a slab, even though it's on the, we're not on the 0.5. We're on a solid block. We're on 79. We're not on 79.5 or anything like that. It's not a half slab up. It's just the slab block, but they won't place on it. So I'm going to have to go around, and for this floor, I'm just going to add the other slab, and that should make the block, that'll make it fine. And then for the other floors, they will have to be solid blocks. Now, I really enjoy using the slab. I think it looks a little more refined. It's a little more polished of a look. And I feel like slabs also offer, for some reason, a little more of a futuristic look. And I think that's just because I'm out of food. I think that's just because they are, I don't know, they're like thinner. It's almost like the thinner design. It's like their new technology from Minecraft. So, yeah, but we're going to have to use the full blocks. And I think the next thing that we're going to do is get the levels built, get the platforms built themselves, and then we're going to start to probably work on the outside bits too, because we're going to have little walkways and maybe a little other circle-y bits on the outside. So I'm going to start playing around with that, and when I have a little bit more progress, I'll bring you guys back. 155,000 stone in the deep store. That's over double what we had in there before we started with the quad-size Super World Destroyer. And I added a couple of pulverizers and redstone furnaces over here, just some ghetto ones. Just so I could put some things in there and do some processing while I'm hanging out, while I was building. So, what do we want? Sand? Let's just grab a couple more stacks. And I could automate this stuff. Oh, wrong way. I could automate this stuff, but for now, it's just quick and dirty. It was just ghetto-y. I just wanted to throw it up there while I was working on the new 1.8. So, wait, oh, wait, okay, thank you, perfect. Oh, better. So much more professional. So, yeah, so I added these different platform areas, and I festooned some doors with marble and inverted gray lamps. And I think what we're going to do, I tried using some of the chiseled blocks, and what ends up happening, let me go ahead and get my chisel out so I can show you. God, that thing is a mess. Even if you organize it, it's still a mess. So I'll show you what happens if we chisel any of these blocks. Unfortunately, what they've done is made all of these textures dark. So now I've got my chiseled marble, right? And if I put it down, you'll see it's like gray colored. Whereas this is, I don't know, it's easier to see, I think, if we put it like here. There, it's much darker gray color, and it looked weird. Like, even though this the tops of the marble blocks are much more white. The edges are kind of gray, but it still looked, I don't know, like dingy. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I liked that it had some texture to it, but I don't know. I always end up going back to clean lines because they just look clean. They just look better in my mind. So yeah. Oh, and I was playing on the dolly too. I don't know if you guys have seen this block yet either. Diamond dolly. You can pick up chests with it. Pretty cool. So yeah, it's kind of the answer to the force wrench being missing. But I started building down here, and what I started to do, I added these like diagonal bits down here, and then I started building up there. So I started copying the floor design. So I built like the round bit, you know, around the center pillar here, and then I started building these things out in the edges, and I was like, I got one of them done, and I was like, that's kind of neat how you can see, because my plan was always to actually build like floor in here to like fill this in like so. But and then up on top of here you would have like stuff and things. So I don't know if that's the plan because I love the way this looks, how you can see through it. I just think it's so rad. So what I plan to do now is have some platforms like this, and this is, I still got more to do on this design. I want to put like a rail. I don't know. I was thinking about doing a couple of different things, but so I'm thinking about doing another platform here, or I may just do like round, like circles, something like this. If I can even do this on camera with you. Let me see if I can. I'm making a big mess. Well, whatever. Yeah, so something like, it would be like this. Yeah, not quite. But anyway, some sort of design where there's like a part of a cylinder or circle, pardon me, platform. And then on this level, they're on the diagonals. And then on this level, they're on the 90s. And then on the top level, I don't know what I would do. Maybe more on the diagonals or something like that. But again, I think we want to do, at the very least, and I didn't do it on the up here, but I think I am going to do walkways around the outside edges up top here, and a walkway up in this area as well. But also what I've done is up on the top, what you can do is you can come down inside of here, and then you're able to come into elevators that come to each floor, and there's no floor here, but this is the second level. Oh, I can do it. This is the third level. So if you hold shift and then hit jump, you can actually shift while you're still on the block like this, so you won't fall off. Kind of cool while you're still in the elevator. But this is where all the wiring's going to be, and the innards and the guts. And when I was thinking about doing the different farms and stuff and things that I'm going to need, I'm thinking what might be kind of a neat idea is, because then we have milk power and we can basically set up power anywhere. Why not set up the farms on little small chunk loaded areas on the outside edges of the islands, and then tesseract or ender chest everything into a central area where there would be ME storage and like maybe ore processing and a lot more of just machines. And then this thing here, I've cut holes in it. Wait, those are elevators. There's a marble. Perfect. But these would be covered, and then actually down in here is where you'd have like an ME system, your drives, your access terminal, and then, I mean, there's 5 by 20 blocks here, plenty of room for different machines, so I could add in pulverizers, redstone furnaces, and all sorts of stuff and things like that, and then have all the guts and the wiring be inside of here. I think it would be really rad. Now, the last part of this, though, is that also what I want to do is add a basement area, so which will look kind of, let me see here. I want sphere mode. How big are you? 8? No. Let's try 17 by 17 by 17. I think that's what I was working on before. So something similar to this. a dome on the bottom. Now, there's got to be like a transition in between these two shapes and a bunch of other stuff that goes on. And then I'm also thinking about adding a top layer that's similar to this that has like big arcing pillars that come down into the ocean and support the whole structure. So it's multiple episodes. I don't know where that was. This is going to be definitely multiple episodes. But yeah, something similar to this design. At the very least, hey, Marilyn's on. And I still got to work on kind of more of the pillory bits and not the pillars yet, but the kind of the floors and how these are going to work outside of here. I want to try to look at what kind of circle I can use, and I'm interested to build more just because a lot of times I have the idea, you know, I've talked about this before, you have the idea in your mind, but it doesn't mean anything, and it can't even, you know, you can imagine it, but when you're actually working with the constraints of 1 meter blocks and building materials, the rules of Minecraft, things change. So yeah, so I'm going to play around a little bit more, do a little bit more work, but I just wanted to bring you back and share my thoughts with you about the build. But yeah, I'm going to do some more stuff and things, and then I'll be back to show you some more progress. So, stuff and things are coming along quite nicely. I thought I'd bring you guys back and show you. I didn't get as much done on the outside edges as I had wanted. I still got to kind of figure out, I think I might try to use some stairs in order to kind of mold these into the edges. So maybe some marble stairs. And yeah, so that's the thing. And yeah, but inside I did make a little bit of a change. So yeah, I put clear glass inside of here. I really like the fact that you can see up inside. I think that that's rad. So I wanted to kind of continue that down below, you know, where like the bottom dome's going to be. So yeah, I did clear glass all the way up to the top. And so there's little clear glass bits all the way in here. So I really thought was kind of a neat little piece. And I just like that. And I don't know how many machines we're actually going to end up fitting out on the outside edges here. I don't know. Things will work out. Like, I'm confident we'll be able to get things worked out as far as what we're going to do with actually making this less of a sculpture and more of a functional base. But believe it or not, I think there's a lot of room inside of here. There's a lot of room for machines on this wall and these walls, and that's really what I want to do, is utilize this column for a lot of the machine work. Put it all inside of here. And I think I might be able to not only fit cabling inside of the central column, but also machines inside of here as well. So I think that's kind of what we're going to do there. And then the outside, I am going to build little, like I said, little outcroppings. I definitely want to work on this a little bit more to make it better. But this is a big project, and I think I've knocked a lot of it out really quickly. So I wanted to like slow down a little bit and not try to do too much work off camera. Do some work here and there, and then come back and show you. But some of the ideas for the railings, actually I'm thinking about bringing this out another 2 layers of birchwood and then a layer of marble. So something like it would look like so. Just out this, nope, wrong, incorrect. Out like that, and then one of these guys out here, so that wide on this first level. Just to make it a little bit bigger, and yeah, I think that'll look really good. But I started playing around with the building guides and kind of getting an idea of how I can use these. Are you in cylinder mode? What mode are you in? No, dome mode. How we can kind of use this. Oh, I've passed it. To show you how I want to build these little thingies. So is that going that way? Let's go out some. A little bit more. Like this? No, too far. Like this, I think. And then let's widen it. So like that's probably too wide. Let's go back a few. Which one was back? No, this one's back. Let's take it down to 9 and see if that kind of displays it. So there you can kind of see the idea of what it would be like on this level, on the 90 degrees, not on the diagonals, but on on the 90s, we'd have maybe like something like this where it just has a little bit of an outcropping like so. And then on this level, we'll do it on the diagonal. So there'll be like a circular outcropping here. And then on this level, we'll do it inside, and this level on the diagonals. Oh, wait, no, maybe we'll have to do that in the backwards E way. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that's kind of the idea for the stuff and things that we're going to be doing. And I'm thinking about different railing designs too. And I was looking at the different glass things that we can make and utilize maybe some more of the blue clear glass. We can use blue stained glass covers. I don't know if that's going to be a good fence, but they actually have in extra utilities stained glass fence. And I don't know how good that'll look either. So I got to try that out and try to build it. DMAC just joined. So, and I like the way the place looks at night. It's cool. It's nice and lit up. Utilizing these gray inverted light gray lamps was really cool. It's working out really good. But one of the other things that I wanted to tell you guys about was that I figured out what was the recipe that we were looking at that we couldn't make. It was in the solars, and I got some really weird comments. It was the MV transformer. So some people were talking about the gold cable. Just so you know, 2 times insulated gold cable is not in the game at all in Monster. So some people are like, this is how you make it. And so it's not in the NEI at all. The item's not here. But was it copper cabling and one of these guys? Now this recipe isn't in the NEI, but it works to make the MV transformer. Copper on top, copper on bottom, and then a basic machine casing from Industrial Craft 2. And then bam, you got your MV transformer. So that's pretty cool. That means that we can move forward in trying to get some solars made, and trying to get up to the high voltage solar array, if that's where we kind of want to go, because it just uses the regular insulated gold cables, but it uses the advanced RE battery, and I haven't put any of that stuff in here yet. But you can see I had put some tanks in. Oh, let me stick this stuff away for now. Get my inventory nice and clean like I like it. But I did get some tanks made, and I made in here the portable tank, hardened tank, reinforced tank, and the resonant tank. Now, if we take a look at these tanks, the resonant tank, I haven't made it because it uses enderium, whatever, and I didn't feel like making it. I can make it. I've made it for a Tesseract before. It's enderium blend, which is polarized tin, and either shiny or platinum and resonant ender buckets. But so I just used the hardened tanks, and somebody had made this comment as well. They said use a vacuum hopper. Now this is an item from Open Blocks. Let's go ahead and take a look at it right here. Really easy to make, obsidian, hopper, and ender pearl. And then it's actually an interfaceable. So you can tell it what to do for XP outputs, and you can tell it what to do for item outputs, and you just like click on the side that you want to change for whichever thing, or it'll just store the items inside of here. But I just really quick and dirty, super dirty. Let me turn off my coin and suck. Stuck 4 of these reinforced tanks. Each one's got a 32,000 MB storage capacity. And I did this. So now when these things, now when I have this Team Jassassin block breaker super cheaty cool thing going on, it will just take the XP and funnel it into liquid XP into these tanks here, which is pretty rad. Now, one other piece that I wanted to tell you guys about that I'm really sad. I just showed you guys the new cow power. The flower power. Anyway, I just showed you guys this, and it's going away. So we got an update. Jassassin found it on the forum somewhere. He was brainwords and then told us about it. But so this is a complete and total glitch. I'm really sad. So it's going to be going away in a future update. We're definitely going to use it for now. I don't care that it's a glitch. I love it, and I think it should be a thing. But I could see where it's kind of a little bit cheaty. And the steam turbine thing, I heard also that Hypno's been using. He was showing off. I guess that's kind of going away too. So that's kind of sad, Panda. It's really too bad because I love my cow power. I think that there needs to be more fun power sources. I'm gonna dive into power more. I am gonna try to figure out some other cool things to do for power. I'm probably gonna take a look at ReactorCraft a little bit, but really what I want more than anything with power gen is maintenance-free power. That's what I'm looking for. So that's why I really like solar. It's just you turn it on and it works, and you don't have to, you know, dick around with it. But I think solar's boring. So I think something like this, even though it's easy, it's super fun. Like, it's just kind of a neat thing, you know? It's like when I got into meat in last season, like, it was just fun. Meat is fun, and doing stuff with it is fun, and doing stuff with the cow is fun too. So, yeah. Also, I wanted to give you guys an update on the quarry, because it's been a little bit of time, and it's been doing its digging thing. So let's head over to the mushroom world and take a look here. And it's down pretty far, guys. Like, we're doing pretty good here. How far down are we? Look at all the stuff and things that are down here. Crazy. So we're on Y18. We're almost getting to diamond level now. These are all the shadows from the mushrooms that are up there. But this just looks like, I don't know. It's crazy. It is amazing. But yeah, it's working out really good. And I think that, I mean, after this, I don't know. We're not going to need materials for a long while. But yeah, it's looking really, really cool. Just chilling out on top of the new 1.8. But anyway, that's all I have for you today, guys. If you liked the video, please don't forget to hit the like button. Feel free to share and favorite it as you see fit. Don't spam it on Reddit. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day.